Hey guys, welcome back to 7.3l Farms. I'm James. Today we're going to be working on the 1996 F350. We got a pretty big fuel leak, so I had to park the truck until I can get that fixed. So today's video is all about trying to find what's leaking and fixing it if we have what we need to fix it. We do have a rainstorm on the way in, so we don't have a whole lot of time to really look into it. Plus we got to do some farm chores before that storm rolls in. So let's see what we can find really quick. So my fuel leak's coming from top of the engine in the valley. I already loosened these bolts. Or these nuts. It's a 12mm nut. So just loosen that. And the only reason we're really doing that is to pop this top cover off. You'll have 3 of them. I only have 1. I lost the other 2. So 7.3s have a very common fuel leaks on top of the motor. Try to see if I can. I don't know how well y'all can see down there, but it's pretty wet down there in the block. I fixed the fuel leak issue. Before, which was this sensor here. I do not believe that's what's leaking now. I don't feel any wetness coming from it, but I will be cranking the truck to double check that. Then I gotta look to see, there's some lines down here that can leak as well, and obviously around this fuel bowl can also leak. So let's go ahead and get the truck cranked up and see what we can see. Alright guys, I found the first leak. It's actually coming from the fuel tank. It's hard to tell, but there's a little pinhole right there where that rust mark is right here. You can see the diesel constantly flowing that way. And it's clearly coming from there. But stop it like that, all the dripping goes away. I don't know. See how that dripping slow down there? And if I let go, it picks back up. So, this is the front fuel tank. So I'm gonna have to end up replacing the front fuel tank. I don't know if you can patch these things or not, but I mean, y'all look, there's a rust spot here, rust spot here, there's rust spots all over this thing. And I don't know if it's the rust that gave way, or maybe something came up and just happened to smack it where that rust is. But that's going to be the first leak that I'm going to have to fix. I'm going to have to get quotes and stuff and kind of look at see what the cost of a front fuel tank on these things are. I have no idea off the top of my head. The other leak, I'm still hunting down. If you look down there at the oil pan, you can tell that one's a much worse leak. I'm trying to figure out. I looked all through the valley. I can't see anything in the valley. I do see diesel puddled in there, but it does look like old diesel, so I'm not sure if it's coming from there or somewhere else. But I'm still hunting for it, so I'll let y'all know what I can find. Alright guys, kind of wanted to show y'all what I found. You can see down there, this is the valley of the engine. So you can see there's diesel puddling there. Some's puddling over there. What's going on is it goes back there, and there's a little drain hole. It's going down basically by the starter and then dripping from the bottom of the oil pan and transmission area. However, I've not been able to find out where exactly it's leaking, but you can see those hoses there aren't leaking. They're dry rotted pretty bad. There's another hose at the very bottom, you can barely see. It's dry rotted. From what I can tell, it don't look like it's leaking, but it does go underneath the filter housing, so I can't really see 100%. And then right here, that little yellow piece right there is what opens your valve for your drain off. And if we can find it on here, let's see. It's really hard to see. But there's a hose that connects down there that you can barely see, but it's also dry rotted and doesn't appear to be leaking. O-ring ain't leaking on the filter cap. None of that over there is leaking. The filter housing itself has a tendency to leak if it gets a lot of water in the fuel, and it kind of just pits at the bottom of that. But I cannot tell exactly where it's leaking from. So honestly, I think what I'm going to do is take the shotgun approach here, and I'm just going to order everything that is known to leak on this, all the little hoses, O-rings, everything but the filter housing, because I imagine the filter housing is pretty expensive. Depends on price. If it's less than $100, I'll get it. If it's more, probably wait to eliminate that. But everything in here is dry rotted, needs to be replaced. So even if I knew exactly what was leaking, I'd probably want to go ahead and change all that anyway, because you got to take all this out. You got to take that big air hose coming from the turbo out. All this stuff down here has to come out. And this truck, none of this has been changed since 1996. So I imagine all of it probably is due time to change. So I'm going to go ahead looking at ordering everything just to replace everything in that. And I'll probably make a video on that and just everything that I replace and what I do and all that good stuff. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and call it for this video. I know I need a new fuel tank. I already kind of glanced around on the internet. That's going to be about $120 from O'Reilly's. I haven't really shopped around to see exactly, but that's just kind of an idea. I'm going to go ahead and look at ordering all the small little pieces just to replace all the pieces in here that look like they're bad and wearing, the different hoses, O-rings, all that good stuff. So if you like these kind of videos, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave any comments that you need or any suggestions. Other than that, y'all have a great day. Thank you for visiting me on the farm today.